Walking circles in a nowhere town. Feet on the ground, but my head's spun around. Every signpost blank, every map torn apart. I'm chasing shadows in a question mark. But the trees start to whisper, leaves start to glow. I don't know where I'm going, but I know where to go. To be enchanted, cottage with a candle, salt, dirty camera, shuffle talk, while the clocks don't walk. She's a Gemini, got that split screen vibe when she reads my face. It feels so alive. Enchanted, cottage with a candle, salt, dirty camera, shuffle talk, while the clocks don't walk. She's a Gemini, got that split screen vibe when she reads my face. It feels so alive. Enchanted cottage. Oh, 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 oh. Enchanted cottage. Oh, 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 oh.
Hey y'all, welcome in everybody. How's everybody doing this evening? Welcome to Friday mini readings. Happy Friday and happy weekend. Hope you guys are doing good. How's everybody doing tonight? What's up? What's up? Before we start the readings, I may do a quick collective reading for like an all signs crosswatcher for everybody. If you are here and you would like that, let me know. I'm going to clear the energy first, just like I always do for many readings, and we'll go from there. All right, everybody, let's get started. What's up? What's up? Say hello to your girl. Howdy, howdy. All right, here we go. Let's clear some energy. Here we go. All right. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Hey, Shirley, how you doing? Good to see you, beautiful. My virtual barn buddy. All right. Source, spirit, universe, divine guides, give us information for everyone, for their highest good, for the greater good, so that they can make good life path decisions in alignment with consciousness of the divine. As it is spoken, so it is. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick collective all signs before we start. If that's okay with everybody. I'll make it quick, I promise you. All right. Mayra, I just got your order in too. Let me add you to the list real quick. And we will put the list on the screen as well. With horsepower. I love that. That's so cute. I love that. Well, Travis. Oh my goodness. Travis Magus in the house. Talk about make my day. So good to see you. I am so glad to see you, my friend. Wow. I am so sorry I'm remiss. It's just life has been crazy, but I hope you know, Travis, I still have so much love and respect and good energy as far as you and your channel and your teachings. Oh my gosh, such a treat to see you, love bug. My fellow Gemini too. How you doing? Uranus just going into the sign of Gemini, right? So we're gonna be a little bit unhinged, right, Travis? But in a good way, hopefully, right? We're gonna do our best to channel and harness that energy to quote you, Travis, in a way that is useful and appropriate, right? So there you go. At any rate, we're going to do a quick all signs collective, and then we'll get started on the paid readings, everybody. Does that sound good? Everybody rocking and rolling? All right. I am so glad to see you, Trav. That, like, literally, that makes my heart smile. You just don't know. All right, let's go. Let's go, everybody. Let's do a collective all signs. This is going to be, let me put this on the screen. This is going to be where if you are curious about what's going on with a person, you listen for their sign. And we're going to go kind of quick. And we'll go through all 12 zodiac signs in zodiac sign order, Aries all the way through Pisces. All right. Love that, Travis. Love that. By the way, and I know that not a lot of folks are here yet, but for those of you that are here, Travis Magus, who you see there chatting right now in blue, he's one of our he's my hero, my mentor. Like, he is the man, okay, the guru. I recommend his teachings wholeheartedly. He's phenomenal. He is so spiritually aware, and yeah, that's the best way to say it, and wise. And he's been, doing the whole journey for what, Travis, 20 something years now. Help me out on that. But yeah, and I love his energy. He's very balanced, very ethical practitioner, and very wise, very knowledgeable, and gifted as well. That kind of goes with the territory of what Travis does, though. At any rate, let's do the All Signs Collective. Let me shut my Gemini mouth up, and let's read for all the signs. Y'all ready? All right, again, the All Signs Crosswatcher reading real quick, and then we'll go to the paid readings. All Signs Crosswatcher, please. Since 1999. Oh my gosh, 27 years. You must have started your spiritual journey when you were 2 years old. Oh, because you're only 29 now, right? All right. Or are you ancient? If you count all the lifetimes, right? All right. Here we go. Aries all the way through Pisces. Let's do an all signs crosswatcher real quick. All signs crosswatcher. Asa, how you doing? All right, here we go. All signs crosswatcher. We're gonna go. This is gonna be kind of the speed thing. All right, here we go. Did I pin my comment? I don't know if I did. All right. Okay, I did. All right, here we go. All right. If you are dealing with an Aries, Aries is pretty set on things working out between you and them. They're looking for something stable and grounded. That's a pretty amazing Aries, yes, especially with there's a new start here with an Aries. Okay, so if you've got an Aries on the brain, there you go. Very grounded energy. Did we jump timelines? Taurus. Okay, here we go. Taurus is feeling like things are unsure, unsteady, unstable. They're not ready to jump in. They don't feel like things are stable between you two. It could be them. They may feel like they're not in balance. They're not stable. They're not really ready for something right now. Gemini. Oh my goodness. Gemini's all in. You got that air energy coming at you. The Empress, right? Growth and expansion, abundance. Cancer. Oh my gosh. King and Queen of Wands. Cancer says you are my divine counterpart, and we have so much chemistry, passion, electricity, right? Okay. If you're dealing with a Leo, I sense that Leo is detaching from this. King of Swords, Hermit card. Leo may feel like it's time to spend some time alone. Possibly a head over heart type decision with the King of Swords here. Okay. But they're just in solitude and with a lot on their mind, which is crazy. I think they're trying to figure out what they want to do. All right. The Two of Wands, I think they're in solitude. I think they're thinking things through. And I honestly feel as though when they come out of this solitude, they're going to make a decision. Okay. They're trying to figure out what they want to do. They may be meditating and just, but I feel like they're marinating on some decision. And when they get through with that, they're going to take action. Two of Wands. I think one thing that you're going to see from the Leo, I think the Leo is going to come out of this thing and say, if it's toxic, it's gone. So just so you know that. All right. Virgo. What is this thing between you and the Virgo? Virgo is stuck on you, but yet, okay, you and Virgo are not on the same page. I feel like one of you guys is stuck on the other one. Okay, in this dynamic between you and a Virgo, there's one person who is stuck on this thing and the other person who is not and wanting to move on. So if you're dealing with a Virgo, one of you wants this and one of you doesn't. Okay. And that's the problem. That's the problem. All right. If you are dealing with a Libra, it may be pouting. Okay. 5 of Cups, Page of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't see Libra reaching out to you. I kind of think Libra feels like the ball is in your court, that you need to reach out to them. They do have emotion for you, for what it's worth, but I think they're over here just, for some reason, they're over here very disappointed about things and feeling like that the ball's in your court as far as the next moves. Scorpio. Scorpio is coming toward you. I do feel like Scorpio will move toward you, wanting to date. The problem is Scorpio is also wanting to entertain others. So just know, and I don't feel like the Scorpio is going to be dishonest about that, but just know the Scorpio is wanting just to be footloose and fancy free. And if that's not going to work for you, then just so you know that. Sagittarius. Sagittarius says, I'm out. Hey, Gina. Sagittarius says, I'm out. I don't trust this and I'm out. Capricorn. Oh my gosh. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, Capricorn says they would drink your bathwater. Goodness. The Lovers, the King of Cups. Lord have mercy. Capricorn's got it bad for somebody. Aquarius. Aquarius wants something with you. They feel like you and them can be happy together. So happy together. They feel like if there's any blockages here, they're opening up. That I see communication coming from an Aquarius. Clarity from an Aquarius, or possibly an apology, but definitely feeling this yin-yang connection with you, like there's a lot of happiness to be had. Pisces, feeling ignored and watching your social media, but other than that, kind of staying silent. All right. Pisces may be going through an ego check, ego death, dealing with some, Pisces has been dealing with some ego issues, and I kind of think that may be why Pisces is quiet. Yeah. Pisces is not the most enchanted feeling right now, if that makes sense. All right. That being said, that is the All Signs Crosswatcher. Gina, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Good to see you. Loving cornbread, Gina. All right, let's get started on the readings. Let's see what's up. Taylor is actually first. So let's get started and go do the thing, shall we? Let me go over to my screen and we'll pick up. What you doing with them Aquarius symbols, Trav? Are you into an Aquarius right now? I like Aquarius folks. I think they're really cool. I like all the signs if they do their work and they tap in, right? You haven't heard that, Travis, in forever. Yeah, it's a good saying. I mean, darn, when you've got the King of Cups and the Lovers both in the upright, there's just only one way to, for me, that just says it all. It's like, what do you want? Capricorn's in, right? Capricorn's in. Rebecca, I just got yours too, baby. So you'll be after Mayra. All right. Taylor Love. Let me timestamp for Taylor. All right, Miss Taylor, how you doing? Good to see you. Like I told you earlier, very sorry you've had a rough day, but maybe in the long run, this will be good, right? All right, so just broke down for the first time in weeks. I know I've said I've been moving forward, but it all just sort of hit me. I miss a Capricorn, but I don't even want to think that right now. Not when good things are going with work. My dream career is just around the corner. Social circle shrunk, and I just wanted to know who was coming in for me. Fair enough. So, Taylor, is this more about romance or just in general what to expect going forward? That'll help me to kind of frame this for you. You know, it's interesting. I had some stuff surface yesterday. I don't know. I'm better today, though. Um, but let's just see what we can find out for you. And by the way, congratulations on the career success. You know, I'm happy for you. I know you're a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn moon. We like that stuff, right? But tell me if we're doing love or just in general what to expect going forward and what you need to know. Kind of involved with another with the Cappy, but I need to move away from that so until I'm healed. Okay. Oh, Taylor. Well, I will see what we can find out for you. But I may have a little bit of Auntie Karen advice for you on this too. Let's talk about it. What's going on with Taylor? What does Taylor need to know? What does Taylor need to know? What does she need to know? What does Taylor need to know? What does Taylor need to know? What does Taylor need to know? Have no one my age. Oh, okay. What does Taylor need to know? What does Taylor need to know? What does Taylor need to know? I got you. What does Taylor need to know? What does Taylor need to know? Hey, Miss Abigail. And hello, little Ruby. Tell me about what Taylor, the Capricorn, needs to know about what's coming forward, what she needs to know. Just tell me what I need to tell her. Tell me what I need to tell her. What do I need to tell Taylor? You're going through, you're definitely going through some upheaval right now. What else do we need to know? Okay. This is actually by design. And this is what I'm seeing and what you're telling me. I'm kind of seeing in the cards, and I'm seeing the whys behind what you're experiencing right now. Okay. So we have the King of Pentacles in reverse, we have the Hermit in reverse, and the Knight of Swords in the upright. This is actually a transitional period for you. And I'm going to look at love. We're going to look at that, but I wanted to kind of pull for just your overall challenges that you've been talking about, okay? Nonetheless, things feel unsteady. King of Pentacles in the reverse, Hermit in the reverse. Let's talk about that. All right. This is to teach you to be alone and be okay. And, you know, loneliness is not altogether a bad thing. We don't want to stay there. But your loneliness is trying to show you something. Okay. And it's almost like the changes that you've seen in your social circle are to kind of make you face some things. Okay. And one of those is, as a person who spends a lot of time alone, and I'm a Gemini, Taylor. Okay. A Gemini rising and a Gemini sun. So I love socializing with people. Um, and before I started my spiritual journey, I pretty much I was always with somebody romantically. It was ridiculous to that point, but I had a lot of friends or people that were surrounded by me and such. And so um when my huge tower hit me, okay, everyone that I thought was a friend, and I'm not saying this is what happened to you because I don't feel like this is necessarily a betrayal, but the situation is the same. You're being separated from your group for a reason. Okay. For me, I had a lot of people that I thought were friends that went by the wayside. I literally had no friends. I'm talking zero, none, no one to talk to, no one to deal with, nothing, no one. My family was out of the picture. I mean, I'm talking, I had no one. I was living in my car, blah, 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 blah. Nonetheless, what it forced me to do was to realize that the loneliness that I was experiencing was because I did not enjoy my own company. And the reason for that was I did not love myself to the degree that it is needed. Okay. And it put me on that spiritual journey, that shadow work journey. Okay. And so what happened over time is, and this took a long time and a lot of work. And part of that was Travis Magis's shadow work course. He's the guy that you see there in the chat. Okay. But I started my journey even years before I met Travis, but that course just took me to the next level. But nonetheless, I had to get to a place where I loved myself. And when I came to a place where I loved myself, I realized that I was pretty fun to hang out with. And I started literally doing things by myself. And I called it dating myself. You can call it what you want it if you want, right? But I became happy being alone. In fact, and to this day, like my favorite thing, I love my friend. And I now have some friends out there that are solid that I love. And I have my family relationships that I love and all this. But I love my I love my quiet time. I love my alone time. I live alone and I love it. Okay. And, you know, I'm almost to the point where that's my preference. Okay. Just because I'm so happy and at peace. And it took a long time and a lot of work. But that situation, albeit came together in a different way, was part of that. Reason for that is the same thing that you're experiencing right now. You're literally being, put in a situation where you've got no choice but to learn to be alone and love it. And when you really do enough deep work, Taylor, what you're going to see about yourself and what's going to make you fall in love with yourself is the fact that you're going to learn that at your core, you are divine. You are divine. I'm not saying you're perfect, okay, but you're divine, right? And you're going to love, you're going to love the good, the bad, and the ugly about yourself. And you're going to accept all of that. And you're going to be okay with all of it. And that's ultimately the journey, okay, in a nutshell. But I just don't like when my parents ask me to go places because I just don't want to be alone. And this is okay. So we're talking more in a romantic sense, right? That's why this is happening. That's why this is happening. Okay. It's forcing you to be okay being alone. And here's the magic in that. Here's the magic in that. Where I am right now, and I'm single, okay? My approach is this. I have a whole different level of an approach to dating and romance that I did 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, yeah, I was going to be with somebody. It was just I was going to pick the best option. That's not how it is now. The competition is not another man. No. It's much harder now to get my attention because the competition is my current state of happiness. And me being willing to risk that by putting myself out there. And I'm not saying I wouldn't, but it's going to take an amazing man to make me consider changing where I am. And that's the goal. That's where that's what you're being led to get to. Because when you get to that place, you're no longer wanting to be chosen. You're doing the choosing. And really, that's how it should be. So this is absolutely forcing you to face that loneliness, ask yourself why, and work through the issues. Right? That's the thing. And I'll look and see how this is going to go. But my third card out here is the Knight of Swords. What that's telling me is this is a temporary thing. You're not going to be alone forever. You're going to have people that talk to you, that you communicate with and interact with. You're going to put yourself out there. You're going to ingratiate in a whole new set of people. And that's okay. Okay? But it's a time right now to be still and not try to focus on love and not try to take a leap of faith right now. Okay? It's a time to be still. What this is showing you is this: if you can't be happy being single, you're not going to be happy in a relationship. Okay? And this I don't read gender. This is the Emperor, and this is in the reverse, okay? You got to be here before you can be in this lover's relationship, all right? And in order to be here, to stand alone, you've got to be able to be happy alone and be content and completely fine to be alone. If you're not happy here, you'll never be happy here. Not only that, if you're not happy being alone, here's what's going to happen. You are inevitably going to connect up in a relationship with someone who is also miserable. And guess what's going to happen? You'll both make each other miserable because you'll be looking for somebody else to give you something that they can't. Only you can give you what you're looking for. You're not looking for the wrong thing, Taylor. You're just looking in the wrong place. You've got to get it on the inside first. And that's when the outside matches. Literally, every experience you are having is telling you what's going on inside you. And that's what's going on right now. So this is an important time in your life. You're literally at this crossroads, and it's as though your higher self has brought you here and said, hey, what are you going to do? Are you ready for this lesson? Are you ready to go forward? Because if you will walk through this door, it'll be game changer, and you'll manifest a lot better life experiences going forward. It's not going to be a microwave thing. It's not instantaneous. It does take work, but I'm walking, talking proof. It's worth it. I hope that helps, Taylor, but that's what I see. I know that went a little long, but I felt like it was important to delve into that, Taylor. You're not going to be alone forever. There are going to be new people coming towards you. I've got people, we saw that Knight of Swords, okay? Swords is about, air, which can be about communication and communing with people, okay? But you can't skip a step. Right now, the Hangman in reverse, you can't skip a step. You got to stay in this Hangman in the upright for a little bit. You've got to be okay being stuck. You've got to relax. Part of the reason that the Hangman comes out, the Hangman in the tarot is suspended and completely content and not fighting it, okay? Right now, you've got to relax and allow right now, it's like you're kind of fighting with the divine energy that's brought you to this place. And that resistance that you feel, you'll find a lot more peace if you'll just give to it and recognize that, okay, this is trying to show me something. It's trying to teach me something. That's what I got. I hope that helps you, Taylor. That's what I got. But right now, and look, you're a cute girl. If you were to put yourself out there, Yeah, you wouldn't even want to skip a step. Each step, yes, exactly. Each step brings valuable lessons. And this is let me tell you something, Taylor. You're a cute girl and you've got a great personality. I've been reading for you for a while, okay? You would not, it's not that you would have any trouble at all attracting someone. You could go out there, but I don't want you to right now because I don't want you to go out there and get with somebody else that's lonely and have another disaster. I don't want that for you. I would rather see you. So, I mean, I can pull cards if you want me to. And yeah, it's going to say you'd meet this one and that one. And I'll be glad to do it. But I promise you, if you do this and you work on yourself a little bit, you come back, you get me to pull cards on you, you're going to get a lot better cards than you would today. Because that's the energy. So let me know if that helps you, Taylor. And quite honestly, you say you got no relationship experience. That might not be a bad thing, okay? Because you've got a pretty good foundation to start this work with. Okay? So I hope that helps you. Yeah, each step brings valuable lessons. That is so true, Travis. I mean, you know, it's true. So I hope that helps you, Taylor. I hope that helps you. But no, you're suspended right now for a reason. And you're actually, I know you feel stuck. You're not stuck. There's a lesson there. There's a lesson there. There's something you got to get. There's something you got to get. It all started with a hookup. Yeah. See, and that, I mean, I'm not going to say hookups are bad or good, but, if you're looking for more, you know what I mean? Then if you want something more solid, date with intention for what you're actually looking for and don't settle for anything that you're not. Now, if you're okay with a fling, then I'm not the moral police for sure. But, just know that that's what it is, right? And we can't go into a fling thinking that it's going to be something different than that, right? So just have, solid expectations and don't settle for less than whatever you're wanting. That's simple. I hope that helps. You'll have to let me know. The whole thing ended in a weird way, and it led me getting let go at UPS. See, and that's the I don't know if one day, Taylor, you're going to look back at this and you're going to understand why it all went down like this. I see it because, like, something similar happened to me in 2018 and then again in 2020. Okay. And at the time, oh my gosh, I can't begin to tell you what kind of confused hot mess I was in both of those situations. But now I look back at how it all went down. I'm like, oh, that is exactly, I see exactly why it went down that way and what it was trying to bring me to and how it ultimately brought me where I am today. I don't want you to think for a minute I think I've arrived. Nobody's arrived. We're all on the journey. We're just walking each other home. That's all. So yeah, I'm still walking too. I promise you that. I hope next year, compared to where I am now, I hope I'm a totally different person. If I'm not doing something right. In a good way, right? But the weird way that you're talking about, that's how it works. It's like things happen in such a weird way, right? Because right now, both of us, me and A, are stuck and moving forward at the same time. Yeah. And quite honestly, right now, your focus needs to be on just you, not you and A. I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be real. That's what this is calling you to do. Yeah, and that's usually the way things work. Is usually a mutual lesson, right? That's usually how it works. It's probably for A to focus on A and you to focus on you. You totally have this. I have every confidence in the world that you do. So, all right, let's go to Gina Vina. All right, Miss Gina Vina, the Scorpio. Hey, Becca, how you doing? I need to thank you. I've got to put Rebecca on the list. I forgot to do that. Let me put Rebecca on the list. But we're on Gina now. Let me do this. And then go back over here. Well, Melissa, how are you doing, beautiful? Thank you for being here, beautiful. I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good. All right. There she is. Hey, Gina Vina. All right, Gina, let's see what's up with you. Let me timestamp for Gina. All right, Gina Vina. Thank you. Thanks, everybody, for your patience. All right, Gina Vina is, of course, a Scorpio. Let's talk about the young Sag. Will the young Sag start reciprocating the help and attention I give him? Okay. Let's see what's up, love bug. Let's see what's up. Tell me about this young Sag future actions. What can we expect from the young Sag toward Gina Vina? What can we expect from the young Sag toward Gina Vina? Gina the Scorpio. Tell me about the young Sag, future actions. How's this going to go? Do we see reciprocal energy here from this young Sag? Do we see reciprocal energy from this young Sag? Do we see reciprocal energy from this young Sagittarius? You know what the issue is? This is crazy, Gina. What I'm picking up is, he's got solid feelings and the soul connection feeling for you, but it's like it doesn't dawn on him. I literally get that. I don't know if this is something that you have talked to him about, but it's almost like it's going to take a wake up call for him to reciprocate. It's like he's oblivious. It's like he's oblivious. I don't think I see him doing that. And what I get is it's going to take like a wake up call or like a rude awakening. Because let me tell you what I got. I got the Tower card. I got the Eight of Swords here in the reverse. It's like it just doesn't even dawn on him. He's got this Six of Cups energy towards you, this emotion, but the Nine of Wands in reverse. It's just like he just doesn't. I don't think it dawns on him that he's not reciprocating. That's the problem is, I don't know if he's aware, if he realizes it, or if he realizes how much it is bothers. One or the other. Let me see. Tell me more about all of this. I think this is a maturity issue. I'm going to be real with you. I think this is a maturity issue. I just don't think he realizes it. I think in his mind, he feels like he gives, enough. I kind of feel like it's going to take this conversation where, you just go, hey, bonehead, you're going to have to do better. I mean, I can't believe I'm seeing this, but that's what I'm seeing. Gina, you're going to have to let me know if this makes sense to you. I think he has a fearful avoidant attachment. I'm not sure. I ain't sure if it impacts how he acts. I've said a bit about it. Maybe he just doesn't get it because we come from two different generations. That could be. I don't know if he gets it. Because I literally feel like, and look, first card out, Tower, and that Scorpio energy. It feels to me, I hate to say this because, if I tell you this, I'm not at all suggesting that you walk away to show somebody, to teach somebody a lesson or to get their attention. You never do that because that's games and we don't want to encourage that. But it almost feels like he's going to have to lose you to realize that it's how important it is to reciprocate. And yeah, and I know, Gina, you understand what I'm saying. I'm not telling you walk away to get his attention. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Just do me and show him the same energy. Yeah, now that's another idea. How would that work? Let me see. How would that work? I think he's complacent. I think he has gotten complacent. He's gotten comfortable. Yeah, I won't stay if I don't get what I get. I don't blame you. What if she basically now matches his energy? How will he then respond in kind? How will he then respond in kind? Let me see there. Oh, he will, okay. He will feel that, Gina. He will absolutely. It's crazy. What I get is I think if you back away, and you know what, Gina, that's actually magical. I know why I'm getting this. It makes sense to me, and I'm going to explain this. But if you pull back your energy, it's going to draw him toward you, and he's going to pursue you. Chariot, Three of Cups, Judgment coming toward you, right? He's going to absolutely sense that. And that actually makes sense to me, Gina, because you know that when you or me, when we pull our energy back and focus more on ourselves, it makes us more magnetic and it pulls energy to us. But if we push our energy outward, that actually repels energy. So I think that is going to be a magical thing. I'm not saying back away totally, but I'm just saying, start to focus on you. Like you said, just do me. Showing the same energy. Focus on you. Start doing some stuff you enjoy doing. Whatever it is, go for a walk, do a paint class, volunteer. You know how I always talk about that stuff, Gina. And of course, stay on your spirituality. Do your thing. You're busy right now anyway with graduations and stuff like that. So, and I think it absolutely will be magical. I think we've let him get a little bit too complacent, and we don't need to do that. So pull your energy back. Definitely pull your energy back. And I don't mean in action, I mean energetically, your focus, your whole focus. I hope that makes sense. That's, I think, the secret. I think that's the secret on this thing. Yeah. But let me know if that helps. It's mostly that he wants me to dote on him and he doesn't want to do it. Well, you know, I want somebody to come to my house and cook supper for me every night too. And I don't want to have to pay him. I just want him to do it. But you know what? That's not going to happen, right? Yeah, if he doesn't show up, someone else will. Yeah. Hey, Lauren, how you doing? You're fine. You're actually next, Lauren. But yeah, I mean, he wants somebody to dote on him, but he doesn't want to dote on somebody else. Well, you know what? I want somebody to come massage my feet every night, and I don't want to pay him, and I just want him to do it. 'Cause you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on now. And come on now. You might want that, but it's unreasonable to expect it, right? Yeah, Gina. But let me know if that helps you, love. Yeah, you're much too. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. All right, let's go to. Okay, this is Lauren. Lauren did a Cash App. Lauren? Did you send me your question on Cash App, or do you want to put it in the chat? If you want to put it in the, excuse me, if you want to put it in the chat, you can, love. I ain't the one. I love myself too much. She's fixing. There you go. Hey, I love it. He gonna learn today, right? Thank you, love bug. I appreciate you. For whatever comes out. Okay, I got you. I got you, Miss Lauren. Lauren, remind me of your zodiac sign. I always like to know that. You know that, right? Lauren, Mercury. You must have Virgo or Gemini in your chart. What does Lauren Mercury need to know? What does Lauren Mercury need to know? He's going to learn the Gen Z way. Aries. Okay, love bug. Oh my, you're a Virgo rising. Hey, Lauren, you doing all right with all these planets in Aries right now? It's a little bit cray-cray, right? All right. What does Lauren, the Aries with the Virgo rising, need to know? What does Lauren, the Aries with the Virgo rising, need to know? What does Lauren Mercury, the Virgo rising, Aries sun? Yep. Stay physically active. That's a real good thing to do right now. Here we go. What does Lauren need to know? You got a decision to make. You've got, okay, so I got the Lover's card, the Knight of Wands, and the Hierophant. What is this decision about? I mean, I see the big picture. I feel like this could have to do with family or career, possibly, Lauren. Now, It may be that this is predictive, but I see an important decision here. And the advice here is about taking the high road. And the two roads that I see, Knight of Wands versus the Hierophant, one looks more stable, one looks less stable, more chaotic, but more passionate. This may be about love. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. If this could also be about romance, all right? Because I've got something here that you've got a soul bond with, that you have some unfinished business. So I feel like this could be somebody that you've got history with showing up in your reading right now. And that may be what this is about. That may be about why. When I clarified that Knight of Wands, that's who's here. There's somebody here that you've got history with, all right? Tell me more about this. Okay, so you're at odds with this person. Two of Swords, Page of Swords. You may be watching them or they watch you. It could be going on both sides, but I don't think you're speaking or having very productive communication if you are. All right, let's talk about the Hierophant. Let's talk about that road here. Oh, really? The most recent person I dealt with. Okay. So that would be probably who's showing up here. There's some sort of, you guys are at some sort of impasse. You and this person may or may not be talking. If you are, there could be really rough communication. It's possible that there's blockage here, but there's a roadblock here with this one that you've got history with the Two of Swords, okay? But there is unfinished business, which is probably why you think about this person. That's right, we're not speaking. Okay. What's the Hierophant? What's that about? I know why that Knight of Pentacles came out now. All right. So, in actuality, what this is telling me about this past person is that this was a connection that was supposed to happen, but not really something that was like your person. But there were some lessons here. And this is about choosing yourself. Always choosing yourself, no matter what, right? And if you have to choose to be away from or let go of or release another person in order to choose yourself, and sometimes that is the case, then you're being encouraged to do that, okay? Because if you were to choose to be with this person, for some reason, I feel like it would be a betrayal to you, if that makes sense. Because for whatever reason, this connection probably wasn't healthy, ideal, okay? And you're being asked to choose yourself and choose stability. Choose your own stability. You've got to value your own stability more than you value this person's company. Your own stability, your own mental health, yourself, more than this other person. Does that mean you're going to be alone for the rest of your life? Nah, that's not what that means. That's not what that means at all. But it means it's okay if you love a person. That's okay. We love who we love, and love sometimes makes no sense. The key is you got to love Lauren more. I love me more. And that is never a bad thing. That is not selfish. It can sound that way on the surface, but you got to love yourself more. And that's what this is about. This is about falling in love with yourself and being your own best friend and your own partner above all, and prioritizing your well being, your mental health, your emotional safety, all of those sorts of things, right? And being treated well above all, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming out here. You're being asked to choose you, choose the high road, walk the journey, heal from this thing, learn the lessons, and release this, get comfortable on your own, and manifest better going forward. That's what this is about. You are literally, this Hierophant is representative of your higher self. You're literally being called by your higher self to ascend and elevate. That's what this is. That's what this is. Yeah. And the Hangman. Don't fight the process. Don't fight the process. Don't fight being alone. Don't fight being in solitude sometimes. You need that. Don't skip a step. Don't jump into a new relationship. Don't do it. Not without doing the work first. All right. But you're here for a reason. And that's that you're in the place you're in right now for a reason. And that's what this is. And another thing I was going to tell you is this person from your past. It's inevitable that you're probably going to have times that you miss this person. Now, that's not a bad thing, because whatever it is that you miss about this person is probably some sort of a feeling that they gave you, right? Love, acceptance, companionship, feeling sexy. What that feeling is that you feel like you are missing, that is showing you where you're not showing up for yourself. So it's showing you that you need to fill that hole up within yourself and give yourself that feeling. And that's a lot easier to put into words than it is to do, but you can absolutely do it. And that's what I got. So I hope that helps you, Lauren. I hope that helps you. You'll have to let me know. This is very much you're very much at a crossroads too. This is very much a crossroads for you. And it's absolutely time. Your higher self says, it's like your higher self drove up in the car. Your higher self is driving, opens the passenger side and says, "Get in, winner. We're about to ascend and take it to the next level." Yes, that feeling you're seeking is showing you where you need to give it to yourself more. Absolutely. 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 So I hope that this helps you, Lauren. Let me know if we gave you some clarity. By the way, Lauren, if you missed it when I said it earlier, Travis Mages, who is the mod that you see there, he is my mentor. He is just the guru, and he actually has a channel, and he's so knowledgeable. So yeah, I'm so happy he is here tonight. He must have had a free minute. Anyway, that's what I got. All right. Let's go to Mayra. All right. Yeah. Travis, most of his content is of like a spiritual nature, ascension, deep inner work. And Travis is very knowledgeable. Travis, by the way, Lauren, is another Gemini like me. He's not as flighty as me, but oh my God, he's a genius. But Travis, are you still doing tarot too sometimes, or are you mainly just doing spiritual stuff? Anyway, and Travis has a lot of courses too. I took a couple of courses through Travis, and oh my goodness, I if I got started on all the ways that that impacted me in the best of ways, I would be talking about it for the next hour. So suffice it to say, I'm very thankful to have crossed paths with Mr. Travis Magus. There are no accidents, though. You're inspiring me to get back into tarot. I'm going to tell you, Travis, the way that you interpret cards is next level. Oh my word. I love when you read tarot. I love it. Hey, Mayra, how you doing? You're a Gemini. All right, Love Bug, let's see what's up. Let's see what's up, Miss Mayra. Let's see what's up. So Mayra says, how does Kasim the Cancer feel about me? Let's see what we can find out. Give me Kasim the Cancer toward Mayra the Gemini. 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 Got all these Geminis here. Mayra, how does Kasim the Cancer feel toward Mayra the Gemini? What energies are here? Kasim as it relates to Mayra. Goodness. Kasim as it relates to Mayra. What do we have? Okay. So Kasim has this inclination to come toward you. This is somewhat overpowered by this feeling of having sabotaged things between you two. There's a strong urge to come towards you. I'm getting that you and Kasim are apart, because I've got come back around energy here, the Eight of Cups, but in the reverse. But I have the Magician in the reverse and the Knight of Wands in the upright. So there's a lot of chaotic sabotage type energy here. But Kasim is definitely feeling this energy of wanting to come around you. Let me get more on it for you, Mayra. Why is that here? what I feel. Mayra, I got the Four of Cups, and when I clarified this, I have the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Sun, and the Nine of Swords in reverse. Mayra, I kind of feel like that this Cancer has this thought that you're kind of a safety net, that he can come back around and you'll be right there waiting on him. And it may be that this has happened before between you two. This may not be the first time that you guys have had some sort of a fallout. He is under the impression that he can just kind of, I'm going to be real with you, with the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Nine of Swords in reverse, I kind of get this gloss over, gaslighting energy here, and maybe even a bit of a manipulative energy here, especially with the Magician in reverse showing up here. And he will be able to just get back in graces. The Four of Cups is screaming at me. And the Four of Cups is about somebody who really is not that emotionally invested and sometimes takes another person for granted. It can be this thought of, I know she'll take me back, you know. Sometimes that's even placeholder energy. I don't have emotion. I do have sexual attraction. And I almost feel like that at the heart of this motivation to come back around, that's what it is, more so than anything else. Because that's really the only thing that I see here that this person feels passionate about is sexual. I don't think the emotions are here. Hermit reversed, he will pop up. He absolutely will pop up. And with some kind words, with some sweet words, with the Page of Cups here. Hermit reversed, all right, out of loneliness. But is he committal? He is not. Nine of Pentacles here, all right. He may tell you that he may talk about getting back together. But even if you guys actually do it, it's fleeting, and I don't feel like it would last at all. I don't even see it happening, but if it would end just as quickly. Because quite honestly, his motivation for coming to you is because no one else is around, with the Hermit card here in the reverse. I think he takes you for granted. I'm gonna be real with you. And you deserve better than that, Mayra. You absolutely do. Page of Wands. I definitely, I've got all kind of communication. I get him putting forth a little bit of effort here with the Three of Pentacles, but ultimately the King of Cups here in the reverse. You know, you can take that so many different ways. That King of Cups can certainly be an absence of emotion, coldness, emotional manipulation, emotional immaturity. It's never a good thing. You just met him 3 weeks ago and you're already having a disagreement. Well, then this is the first time. So what this is now telling me is that he would do this. He has, I believe, a history of doing this and being able to weasel his way back in with people. And he expects the same from you. So that's been his life experiences. Okay, so given that, he does have a history of doing this. If it's not with you, it's just in general. And he apparently has a pretty good success of being able to go back and weasel and gaslight his way back in. And yeah, I mean, I really am getting a player energy. I really am. I'm going to be real with you. Yeah. But you absolutely, Mayra, you know, I've read for you before. I like you. I think I mean, everybody, you don't deserve that. Mm-mm. No. No. And I mean, if you're not speaking to somebody, you only met them 3 weeks ago and you've already had a disagreement to the point you're not even speaking, girl, please. There's your red flag right there. There's your red flag. Is you've already got problems 3 weeks in? Mm-mm. It's definitely time to take a step back. I hope that helps you, Mayra. I hope that helps you, love bug. Yeah, it's good to know now. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Go watch my recent Gemini reading, Mayra, and skip to the new part, okay, where I'm talking about new energy, and that's how you need to be vibing. That's how you need to be vibing. I talk in that video about Gemini sprinkling flirts around like fairy dust. Yeah, that's how you need to be vibing. You need a Gemini a little bit more. All right. I hope that helps you, love. People run manipulation tests to see how much, yes, to see how much you'll put up with. Absolutely. Absolutely. Without a doubt. And, I laughed. I was reading on a forum that was talking about relationships and dating and stuff earlier today. And they were talking about let's see here. The one of the main question was directed toward women, and it was asking the question, when you see a man's profile that says absolutely no tolerance for drama. Green-eyed devil, hey sweets, I'm so glad to see your beautiful face. I missed you so much. All right, but anyway, back to what I was saying. I was reading this thing, and the question was, ladies, when you see on a man's dating profile, absolutely zero tolerance for drama, no drama allowed. Okay, if you've got drama, go somewhere, right? Is that a red flag for you? And it was not a spiritual place. It was just like just a dating place. And it was very interesting to see a lot of the comments. And for me, by the way, that's a red flag for two different reasons. It's a red flag because whoever this is doesn't need to focus on what they don't want. They need to focus on what they do want first. Second of all, that's an avoidant. That's usually 90% of the time, that's code word for I'm a dismissive avoidant. And I'm already setting up my exit strategy so that when I am not doing the bare minimum and I'm acting the fool and you confront me, then I can accuse you of drama, and that's my exit. So that's an automatic red flag for me. But I laughed because some of the comments were like, and sometimes some of the guys were weighing in, and one of the guys said, I have a low tolerance for, da 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 da. And I'm like, why low? Why not no? And he was talking about other toxic stuff. He said, I have a low tolerance for manipulation and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, why do you have any tolerance? I didn't comment, but I was just reading it and I was just kind of like curious. The Gemini that I am, I'm just gathering information, right? And, but I thought, why do you have any tolerance for emotional manipulation at all? It should be zero. Like, why? Why do you? Because if somebody's trying to do that, don't even confront them. Yeah, tell them, look, that's what you're doing, and I'm going. But it's like, why do you have any tolerance for that? Why low? Why not zero? Anyway, but I did answer the question of the original question, and I spoke to that. And I was like, no, that's a deal breaker for me. Anyway, Yeah, people have an overinflated opinion of themselves and what they do tolerate and what they're all about. Yeah, no doubt. Ariam, how are you? Good to see you. All right. I have a typo. This is Lene. I don't know why it did that, but it self-corrected. All right, let me update the list and then we're going to read for Rebecca. All right. Uh Rebecca. Let's see what we got here. I'm doing good. Thank you. I'm feeling pretty good. Oh, I missed. Okay, I've got Maria as well. Oh, that's you. I bet that's you. Hold on, Maria. Let me put you on the list. And then I will read for Rebecca. There's Rebecca. Hi, beautiful. All right, let's see what's up, Rebecca. Da, 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 da. Okay. Rebecca says, Rebecca is an Aries. My person that is a Gemini. What will happen in our situation? What is going on for my job? Yep, you did 2 questions. Okay. Your job situation, looking for a job. All right. So let's see what we can tell you about the Gemini. I'm going to start with the Gemini and then we'll go from there. Tell me about the Gemini toward Rebecca, the Aries. Tell me about the Gemini toward Rebecca, the Aries. That is true, Zara. Take care, Travis. Virtual hugs. Love you, my Gemini friend and mentor. All right. Tell me about this Gemini toward Rebecca, the Aries. Tell me about this Gemini toward Rebecca, the Aries. Oh, Lord, Zorro. You're funny. Tell me about this Gemini towards Rebecca, the Aries. Tell me about this Gemini toward Rebecca, the Aries. All right. The Hierophant. Death reversed. Why is the Tower here? What's happened between you guys? All right, this is the thing. Here's what this Gemini is telling me. I'm all in, and I have been. I'm all in. I see this thing going the distance. Hierophant, death reversed. And then something has happened between you, some sort of upheaval. Okay. And things have gone south, but this Gemini wants to overcome whatever this upheaval is. Okay. And work toward a future with you. So it feels to me, Rebecca, like the Gemini feels like whatever this is, you guys can overcome this, you can sustain. But it's pretty tumultuous. But the Gemini is saying that he keeps saying he wants to get married, and he go, oh, okay, that makes sense. Because literally, the first card out with the Hierophant is marriage. I think it's more than that. I mean, you could call it cold feet, but I think that a lot of people would call it cold feet, but it's problematic. Uh, this is the issue. I think that your person has had something happen in their past. They've got, I believe, with the Tower card here, they get so far and then they get so far and then things get deep. Oh man. Okay, so here's what I feel like there's a pattern of him coming in and out. He just needs to follow through. Right. The problem in is this. You are dealing with someone who is an avoidant. Okay. And they have fear. And because of that, they have fear of emotional vulnerability because when they have been emotionally vulnerable in the past in their life, they have gotten hurt. Yes, his ex left him for another woman. Yes. Okay. And he's not healed from that. And he's afraid you're going to do the same. Okay. That's why the death card is here in the reverse. Now, so what we have here is actually someone with an unhealthy attachment style. Okay. Avoidant, you can say dismissive avoidant or whatever. Okay. And he's afraid that you're going to do the same thing. Now, let's talk about that because here's the very first reaction a person would probably have when I said that to, your initial reaction would be, I need to reassure him. You can't. You can't. There is nothing that you can say or do, and you can be consistent with this man for 10 years. But until he fixes this himself on the inside, all the external validation assurances are going to be nothing. He is diagnosed DA. I don't know what DA is. But I will tell you, dismissive avoidant. Oh, he's diagnosed. Okay, so there you go. Well, he can fix that. You can heal that. You've got to heal that. Or not you, him. Okay. Until he heals that, he's going to do this repeatedly. Right? Hey, Stacy Lovebug. He's going to do this repeatedly. So you've got to be in a place where you recognize, and this has nothing to do with his love for you. I'm sure he loves you. All right. I'm sure he does. Okay. My cards tell me that he would walk away and then run back to you and walk away and run back to you and walk away and run back to you. Okay. Until he heals this, that's going to be his modus operandi. Okay. So, and it's an emotional roller coaster. It's absolutely an emotional roller coaster. But until, I hate that diagnosis. I'm going to be real with you. The fact that he's been diagnosed means that, that would lend itself to this is how I'm always going to be. No. Let me talk about that. I am a previous dismissive avoidant who healed it. I don't like that somebody labeled this person that, okay? Because that insinuates that's not like diabetes that's going to be with somebody for life. And I'm not one to be dismissive of mental health disorders. They are out there and they are real. But I'm sorry, dismissive avoidant, he may have been called that, but to call that a diagnosis is just really a stretch. Yes, excuses. I agree. And quite honestly, he may even use that as an excuse to keep doing this. So you've got to make a decision. You can't control what he does, but you can control what you allow him to do in your life. Okay. If he comes back and you let him in and he does it again, then at that point, you become a volunteer because you know he's going to do it again. If you let him in, if you let him back, he's going to do it again. And so that time, you can only blame yourself for it, right? And look, this is tough love, right? So I'm not telling you this to be mean to you. I'm telling you this to say, I don't want to see you set yourself up. And let me tell you, my heart goes out to him because it's a miserable way to be. But let me tell you, my heart goes out to you too because it's a miserable way to live, to deal with that. Okay. Because it's an emotional roller coaster for the person in your role. Okay. But he's got to fix this. He's got to fix this himself. And really, your best bet, do not reassure him. He has to give that to himself. Resist the urge to do that, okay? He walked away. The best thing you can do is when he comes back around, you make him stand on the fact that he walked away. Nope, you made the decision to walk away. You stay away. Oh, you didn't mean to stay away? Well, I'm sorry. But if you don't do that, you're literally setting yourself up for bigger and bigger heartbreak. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard, babes. I know, because I know you love him. Here's the trick, Rebecca. You got to love yourself more. Because to let this person come in knowing they're going to hurt you again, that's self-betrayal. You got to look at it that way. And you got to take care of you. You've got to choose yourself. It's okay that you love him. That's completely okay. What's not okay is for you not to love yourself more than him. Okay? That's what's up. And this is much easier for me to sit and talk about in words than it is to do it. But you can. I'm convinced you can. I hope that helps you. Hey, Queen Forever, I would love to read for you. I do not do pregnancy questions, but if you want to ask the other question, you absolutely can get on the list. The information is pinned at the top of this or at the on the chat, right? Queen Forever, I just answered you, baby. All right. I hope that helps you, Rebecca. I hope that gave you some clarity. You booked a second question, I believe, correct? You did. Let's look about the job situation. Let me see what you need to know about the job search. But I do not read for pregnancy, Queen Forever, but you can ask about the marriage part. All right. Tell me about the job search for Rebecca the Aries. Tell me about the job search. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Tell me about the job search for Rebecca. Tell me about the job search for Rebecca. You're going to find a job. I just saw the Queen of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. You are going to find something that pays well. I also got some advice from that Queen of Cups. I'm going to pull some more cards on this, okay? But this is coming to me to tell you, it's more than money. Yes, we all have jobs for money, and I get that, right? But you got to love what you do and do what you love in order for it to be long-term prosperous. And I'm not suggesting that you change fields, but what I am suggesting is that whatever you do, you have to be impassioned about for it to sustain you in the long run. Okay. And that's where you are going to be the most financially successful. So you got to love what you do and do what you love to the point of, here's how you're going to know if you're in the right field. If you right now were to have all the money that you would ever want or need, okay, what you do for work, would you do it if you didn't have to have any money? Would you do it just because you enjoy it? For me, I read tarot. I'm a spiritual advisor. I do astrology. And if I had millions of dollars in the bank, I would still do it because I love it. So that's something that you've got to ask yourself. Now, if you're in a traditional employment, say that you're in a certain field, and I'm going to just say you're a firefighter. Okay. I don't know why, but that's just say you're a firefighter. You love firefighting, but not at that particular department. Maybe you need to change to a different company or a different department or whatever. So you got to love what you do and where you work. So it's a little bit different, right? But the idea is the same. Now let me pull cards. I did see you getting a job. I did see you getting a job that pays well with the Eight of Pentacles. But that Queen of Cups came out, and that's what it told me to tell you. All right, let's see what else you need to know. Hey, Marsh, how you doing? What do I need to tell Rebecca about work? What do I need to tell Rebecca about work? What do I need to tell Rebecca about the job search? Have been interviewing a ton. Okay. Also, Rebecca, remember this. Interviews are not for them. The interviews are two-way. They are asking you questions to see if you're a good fit. You get to ask them questions to see if they're a good fit. Do they meet your criteria? Okay. That's how you approach the job search, okay? All right. What else does she need to know about the job search? So you get to ask questions too. So here's what I get. I feel like you are struggling because you may be feeling stressed or burned out from the process. Okay. And if that is the case, it may be time for you to do some self-care and do some things that bring you joy and get your mind off of the stress for a little bit, right? Whatever that may be. Play Uno with your friends or, whatever it is, right? And just have some laughs, okay? Nonetheless, I do feel like there is a job offer out here, the Ace of Pentacles. I think that, honestly, you're kind of stuck in a rut right now. I literally feel like you need to do some stress relief majorly. Maybe get out in nature and do some grounding, ramp up the meditation, do a spiritual bath, and get out and have some laughs with friends, okay? Or whatever the case may be. All right. That's gonna rejuvenate everything. That's gonna absolutely open the door. And what I am going to predict for you is you are going to have two different opportunities. All right. You're going to have, I got you, Marcia. You're going to have two different opportunities. And so you are going to be the one doing the choosing. And your advice there is look at the whole picture, not just the money, but the whole picture. The money, the benefits, the vibe you get, all of that, right? And what you'll be doing. But I absolutely see this breaking through. I think there is a blockage here right now, though, and I think it's stress and burnout. I really think your mindset is going to have a lot to do with what you manifest. And that is going to be helped by doing those things that I talked about. I hope that helps you, love. But I definitely feel like there's something coming for you. Let me know if that helps you. hope they at least gave you a decent severance. Please tell me they did that or giving you one. And I'm sorry to hear that, Rebecca. All right. Give me 1 minute and we will. Next up is Lene. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I am sorry to hear that. I am sorry to hear that. Wow. Another thing, Rebecca, be resourceful in the meantime. Sometimes you got to think outside the box of ways to make money. Maybe you can consult until you get something, or do something else. Maybe there's, who knows? Maybe you'll find a side hustle that. Let me tell you what happened to me, Rebecca. I lost my job at COVID. I'm a former CPA. I don't know if you know that. I'm a former accountant. And I lost my job during 2020, during the whole COVID thing. And I had thought about doing a tarot channel for a year before, and I kept saying, I don't have time, which was true. I was working a lot of hours and stuff, right? And so I started interviewing for a job, looking for a job, but I was bored. Bored Gemini, right? And I thought, you know what? I'm going to start that tarot channel. I'm going to mess around with that. I got time on my hands. Let's just. And I started my tarot channel in August of 2020. And I finally got a job offer. And right when I did, my channel took off. And I had to basically turn the job offer down because I was too busy on my channel. And the rest is history. So you're absolutely right. Things like this happen to make space. You're absolutely true. You're absolutely correct. And I feel like it's so hard to go through it though. My God. And so I admire you that you can see that because honestly, I didn't. At the time, I was in a panic, And the fact that you can see that you're head and shoulders further along than where I was when I got, was in a similar situation. So go you. I hope that helps you. But I absolutely feel like you will land on your feet. It may be a little bit stressful. It may be a little bit, but you'll be fine. All right. So next up is Lene. And I hope that helped you, by the way. And hey, I had to move back home for a little bit. I sure did. But now I'm doing better than I've done in my entire life. So if you have to move back home, it ain't the end of the world. It's not. It's hard. Oh my God, it was hard. You're still trying to wake up. I heard that. You are welcome. All right. So let's read for Lene. So Lene this is Peach Alley. What would Blake do if I attempted to reach out, hoping to see if he'd reject me or be open to a relationship? Let's see what we can find out, Lene. Let's see what's up with Blake. Lene, are you here? And if you are here, Lene, would love to know your zodiac sign. Passed out in a good sleep. That sounds amazing. There she is. Hey, love bug. Tell me your zodiac sign. Lene. And we'll look at Blake. You're Virgo. Okay. How would Blake react if Lene, the Virgo, reached out? How would this go? How would Blake react? How would Blake react if Lene, the Virgo, reaches out to him? How would Blake react? How would Blake react if Lene, the Virgo, reaches out? Okay. How would Blake react if Lene reaches out? Hold on. How would Blake reach out? How would he react if Lene, the Virgo, reaches out? That's fine, Marcia. I'll timestamp for you, love. How would Blake react? How would Blake react? How would Blake react? I think he would be, you would definitely get his attention. I think he would be open to the idea. I don't think he would make an immediate decision. He has love for you. He does have love for you and probably would tell you that. He would also tell you he's afraid of a repeat problem. He's afraid to he feels like the last time that this happened, that this was stressful and may have ended in disaster. And he's afraid that it would be the same thing again. That's his hesitation. He still has emotion for you, Lene. So I don't think he's decided one way or the other with the two of Pentacles here. The thing that I feel is that he would say, "Let me think on it." I don't think he would tell you no. I don't think he would jump in and tell you yes either. Okay. But I kind of feel like that he would want to think on it, probably want to talk about it some more. I'm going to get a little bit more on this for you, but those are his fears. Okay. Those are his fears. Oh, well, that's a problem. Has he done any work on that? Because even if you got back with him, and I think he probably, even if he did, would he have problems with vulnerability again? If he's done any work on himself, if he hasn't done any work on himself, then you're going to have the same thing. It's not, somebody can't just decide to be vulnerable. Don't worry like that. You can't just change your behavior. You got to do the work to fix it. But he's got love for you. Magician in the reverse, Four of Pentacles in the reverse, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. So here's what I get. Ultimately, I don't know. With the Magician in reversed, that speaks to that card generally when it comes out in the reverse has to do with someone who has not really done not done any work. It can also speak to somebody who might sabotage things. And by sabotage, it could mean that he's not open to a relationship or a reconciliation at all. Or if he is, he would sabotage it if he got back into it. The Four of Pentacles in reverse is about loss, fear of loss, usually. And the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse is a literal time waster card. So what this tells me is whether or not, first of all, he loves you. He would definitely consider a reconciliation. Ultimately, whether or not he goes for it or not, he's going to sabotage this. And to try with him again would be, it's interesting that the Nine of Wands came out here. It would be fighting a losing battle. It would be walking into something knowing that it's going to end in the same way. And we talked about dismissive avoidance or avoidant energy, or people with avoidant attachment styles a lot. And that's that fear of vulnerability that you're touching on right there. So all the love in the world in this case won't fix it. He's got to fix it himself. And if he hasn't done that, and my cards suggest that he has not, then you're going to have the same problem. And there's nothing you can really do to fix this. All the reassurance in the world from you is external, and it's not going to help. This is something he's got to fix on the inside. And until he does that, and some people never do, he's going to keep doing this. It's a painful way to be, and it's a painful person to work with, right? That's what I got. That's what I got. I hope that helps you, love. I hope that helps you. Hey, Sane Insane. So we did a collective reading at the very beginning of this live stream, Sane Insane. You can rewind to that if you would like to watch that, but we are now doing paid readings. All right, just so you know. All right, Maria is up next. All right, here we go. All right, so Maria, let's see what we've got here. Hey, Ms. Mabel Jackson, how are you doing? Let me see. Okay. So Maria had two questions. We'll get those for you, Maria. All right, so first up, let me timestamp for Maria. Hey, CJ, what's up, girl? All right, so Maria first asks, she is a Libra with a Scorpio rising and a Gemini moon. My ex, David, is a Taurus who broke up without a real reason, then quickly got with a coworker that he had denied. He's now engaged and returning to my workplace for 2 months. What are his intentions and actions toward me, and how will this affect me? All right, let's see what we can find out about David's intentions toward Maria. Tell me about David, the Taurus's intention toward Maria, the Libra. What are his intentions toward Maria? What are David's intention toward Maria? David's intentions toward Maria. David's intentions, please, toward Maria. Give me David's intentions toward Maria. Give me David's intentions, please, toward Maria. David's intentions, please, toward Maria. Give me David's intentions, please, toward Maria. Seven of Wands, Page of Swords, Eight of Wands in the reverse. I don't think he intends to really move toward you, Maria. He's pretty closed off to the idea with the Seven of Wands here. He may be a little bit suspicious of you with the Page of Swords. There may be some trust issues. The Eight of Wands in reverse suggests that he really is going to try to avoid communication with you. So I don't think he has any intentions of trying to move toward you. Tell me more. Tell me more about this. To me, his intention is to avoid you when he's coming back to your workplace. That's how I would take this. Yeah. Death card, Queen of Swords in reverse, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. He's pretty solid on where he is about you guys staying apart. He's pretty solid on that, Maria. He may be angry with you about something. He definitely has trust issues around you, doesn't trust you. And he feels like you guys, this cycle would be over with the Death card in the upright and the Wheel of Fortune here in the reverse. So I think that, I know you mentioned that he's coming, back around to where you work, but I very much feel like, you would ask his intention. His intention is to avoid you there. How will this affect me? That just depends on you, love. It's probably meant to spur you to a place of doing some inner work, some healing, some shadow work, right? What's the advice for her? Yeah, let it go. Embrace the Tower. This is definitely a catalyst. Your advice is to honor his decision and not try to fight it. Withdraw from the situation and work on yourself. Work on abandonment issues, work on self-love, and work on healing the wounds. Get yourself to a place of stability and work on your self-esteem and your confidence. And all of that is done through shadow work. So that's what it's meant to bring you to do. How you respond to that is really up to you, but it's going to be painful, I'm sure. You said, how will this affect you? I'm sure that that's not maybe what you were looking for, but you've got to let things unfold however they unfold, and you've got to embrace it, right? Because you just kind of have no choice. So that's what I have on that one, Maria. That's what I have on that one. Maria, if I can speak to that, he broke up with you without a reason, and then basically immediately got with somebody new. That in and of itself is problematic. Okay. You're really, if you really want to take a step back from this, what you might want to do is ask yourself, why you want a person that would break up with you for no reason and quickly get with somebody else, okay? You deserve somebody who is solid for you and who wouldn't do you that way, okay? And yet you're wanting this person. So you've got to ask yourself why. And the answer is going to be found in your unhealed wounds, where you have some subconscious issues around your self esteem and at a subconscious level, believing that you deserve something less than, what would be appropriate and healthy. And that a lot of times we're not even aware of because it's in the subconscious. But that's what's making you want to be with this person. Okay. Because your logical mind knows that you absolutely, a person that would do such a thing is just treating you like shit. And at a conscious level, you don't deserve that. And yet but yet you can't tell me why. And I know that that it's hard to know why we want who we want, and that's why, because at the subconscious level we don't feel like we deserve better, and you're not aware of that because it's in the subconscious. So I hope that helps you, Maria. Let's get your second question, Maria. So Maria is a chef. I love my work, but my hours and income are unstable. I'm considering a new job, starting a cottage bakery, or changing careers. What path will bring me the most financial stability and growth, and what should I focus on right now? Okay, so here's the thing. The thing about tarot is that the tarot does not have career paths. It just doesn't. So I can't tell you there's no card here for cottage bakery. There's no card here for being an attorney. There's no card here for being a school teacher or a firefighter or, a counselor or a social worker. There's no tarot cards like that. Would be a different type of divination. But there are ways that you can find that out. And that is inner work. You've got to become self aware of who you are and what impassions you. And you can absolutely find out in looking at your birth chart as well. Okay. A complete birth chart reading would help you to have some clues into that as well. But, doing the deep dive inside is what's going to help you. So, what you've got to find out is what is it that impassions you. That's where you're going to make the most money. So if you love being a chef, then find a way to do that and yet also have better hours and better income. Okay. And you can absolutely do that. And the path that is going to have the most financial stability is always going to be the path where you are impassioned. Okay. And growth. All of those things. So that is what you should focus on right now. Your biggest, and just what should I focus on right now? Inner work. That's going to take you to where you know yourself. Because right now, you've got a lot of issues around self-awareness. We actually saw that in the previous question, all right? But you've got to learn those things about yourself. And so that's where I would start. That's where I would start. All right. You should absolutely focus on getting onto a shadow work / spiritual ascension journey. Those things are one and the same. And that's going to help you find what you need to be finding as far as your career path. So I hope that helps you, Maria. I hope that gives you some help. All right. Marcia is up next, and I know she had an appointment. So she had but she said she would catch the replay afterwards. So we'll do that in a minute. We'll read for Marcia in just a minute. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Oh, let me timestamp for Marcia. All right. CJ, your comment? She says, right, GED, there's levels to it. I was halfway paying attention to what y'all were saying, but when you said there's levels to it, I thought about that. My favorite K Dot song, Be Humble, Humble. And he says, there's levels to it. You and I know, bitch, be humble. Sit down. Anyway, I don't know. I know that's not what y'all were talking about, but my Gemini brain went there. So there you go. All right, let's go to Marcia. All right. And Marcia is a Sagittarius, and I am a Sag. He's an Aries. We have been in a relationship for 4 months. I think he is messing with his coworker, Ashley the Taurus. Can you let me know? And his true feelings for me. All right. So let's find out about him and this coworker. Oops. Let's find out about this Aries and the coworker. Tell me about this Aries and the coworker. Tell me about this Aries and the coworker, the Taurus coworker. Tell me about this Aries and the Taurus coworker. Is there anything here? Is there anything here? Is there anything here? Is there anything here? Between this Aries and the Taurus coworker. Is there anything between this Aries and the Taurus coworker? I think they flirt and they talk, but I really don't see anything here between those two. I'm going to check on his fidelity in general. Tell me about, well, it should come out if we look at his feelings towards you. Tell me about this Aries feelings toward Marcia the Sag. Tell me about this Aries feelings toward Marcia the Sag. Oh, I got to read that. I got to watch that. All right. Trista, I just got your payment, love. All right. Tell me about this Aries toward Marcia, the Sag. Tell me about this Aries toward Marcia the Sag. Give me the feelings of this Aries, please. Toward Marcia the Sag. Give me the Aries toward Marcia the Sag. So we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Ten of Cups in the reverse, and the High Priestess. The Aries is here for a good time, but not a long time. I don't think the Aries is looking for anything long term, Marcia. He finds you very sexually attractive and exciting. I don't know that he's in love with the Ten of Cups here in the reverse. The High Priestess here, I don't think he's being totally honest with you about his feelings or his intentions. I'm going to find out what he is hiding something with the High Priestess here. We're going to find out what it is. If I were to just read this straight up, Marcia, if I'm just being completely frank with you and just open, I would read this as I'm just here for the sex. That would be what these cards would tell me. I'm just here for the sex, right? Oh, I got you, Trista. But I don't know if he's being forthright about his intentions, but that's what he's saying. Tell me about the High Priestess. What's he hiding? What's he hiding here? He's Two of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. Your gut, you have felt the infidelity. That's why you've asked that question about the coworker. He definitely is messing around with people. To what degree, I'm not sure. I don't think it's just one third party. I think it may be more than one third party. Could be somebody he's got history with here. He may also be in love with an ex. That's another thing that I've got. So he may be messing with an ex. He is a flirt. He is a flirt. So I do think you'll find this out. But somehow this is going to be exposed in a pretty direct, in a pretty sudden tower kind of way. So I don't think this is going to end the best between you and him. But I absolutely feel like he is not planning to stick around with you. And I do not have any emotion. I kind of get place card energy. I do. Temperance, Hangman. Yeah, place card. Place card energy. He's not planning on sticking around. Full reversed. He's not going to take this any deeper than it already is. That's what I got. That's what I got, Marcia. So you have probably intuitively been feeling something was off because of asking me about that Taurus. You're not wrong. It may not be the Taurus, but he flirts around. He most definitely flirts around. He may sleep around. But he's not planning on sticking around. That I can tell you. And he just doesn't have emotion. I think he's in love with an ex. I'm going to be real with you. That's what I got, Marcia. That's what I got. I hate it. I wish I had had better for you. But that's what I saw, love. All right, Miss Trista. You said you sent me an email? Let me find it. There it is. Oh, so Green Eye Devil. I didn't know I had inspired a song. I saw where you said that. Thank you for that, telling me that. That makes me feel so humbled. That makes me feel so humbled. I want to I didn't know you had uploaded something. I mean, I know we've had conversation about that. You know what I mean? What you've been talking about. You and I have had conversation about that as of late, Green Eyed Devil. But I did not know. But you and I, usually Green Eyed Devil and I talk several hours a day. It's ridiculous. We're so joined at the hip. And yesterday and today, I have been ridiculously, I've not been a good best friend. I've been totally elusive, but I've been wrapped up in a lot of stuff going on. And I would just text her real fast and go, drive by, hey, I love you. I'll call you, I promise. I gotta go. And that would be it. And that would be all she would hear. And so I've not been in touch with you, but I didn't know that you had put a song up, Green Eye Devil. I gotta go listen to it. I'm excited. I got to listen. Oh, I got you. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look, Miss Trista. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to first look at the energies of NVDA. Then I'm going to look at the energies of VRT, and we'll compare the two. All right, and we'll see, and that'll take us to question 2. So let's do that. Tell me about the NVDA investment. Tell me about the NVDA investment, long term. Tell me about this long term investment, NVDA. Tell me about this long term investment, NVDA. Tell me about this long term investment, NVDA. NVDA. Tell me about this long term investment. 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 NVDA. NVDA. Tell me about this long term investment. NVDA. No. Okay, here's what I got. And this is crazy, Trista. To me, NVDA looks high risk. It looks very volatile. Okay. And it looks like it would have like a lot of really ups and downs, like not the normal ups and downs, but like roller coaster. I think I think NVDA would be a good investment, but not right now because there's too many unknowns that when those come out, it's going to make a significant impact on this investment's performance. Uh, I think there will be a. I know you were asking about the timing on VRT, but I'm talking about NVDA. There will be a time when NVDA is good, but right now is not the time. And it may be quite a while before NVDA is a good thing to look at. Okay. There's a lot that NVDA is got to overcome. I do feel like they will. Let things play out. It's super unstable. NVDA feels really scary. All right. Let's talk about VRT. Let's talk about VRT. Tell me about VRT. What are the energies around VRT? What are the energies around VRT? Tell me about this long-term investment, VRT. Green-eyed devil. Tell me about this long-term investment, referred to as VRT. Trista, you're going to hate me. I'm saying no. And here's what I've got. Here's what I'm picking up. And I'm going to ask about this, Trista. I think there's another option that is better that we've not talked about. And I'm going to look at that. I'm going to pull for that specifically because I feel like you're being told to hold off, that there's a better opportunity. Let me do this. Let's do this. Before I do that, let me do this. I want to look at waiting for VRT price to drop. What if she waits for VRT's price to drop? What if she waits and invests in VRT whenever the price drops? Tell me about that. Tell me about that. What if she waits to see about a price drop from VRT? What if she waits and goes VRT after a price drop? What about if she goes for VRT after a price drop? She waits on a price drop. No. No. Absolutely not. It's a no. It is a flat out no. They're not going to do well. VRT is not going to do well. And at the bottom of the deck, I got the Seven of Cups. There's something out there we've not talked about. So I'm going to go back to that because I do feel like I was right. Oh, it's really expensive. All right, here's what I want to do. Is there something else that we've not talked about that she may or may not know about that's better to invest in right now? Is there something else? Is there another direction that she could go? My cards are kind of insinuating that. I saw that with that Two of Wands in reverse. There's an option that you might not have considered. Let's see. I thought if I bought now, it's going to go down since it's so high, but I don't know if it still has plans to go. Okay. Is there something else? Is there something else that you're trying to tell us about that's better for her? Yes. Yes. Okay. I don't know if you have already looked at this or if you're going to look at this. Okay. Now, when you look at this or when you have looked at this, it made you nervous. And you scrutinized this, but something made you nervous about it. It really appealed to you or will appeal to you, but something made you nervous about it. This thing is going to rally. This one is going to rally. It's whatever this is, it gets your attention and you love the idea, but it makes you nervous. That one is going to rally. It'll be slow to rally, but it's going to rally. You got good news on this thing. Yeah. It's why do I get the idea that this is a bullish move? This one. This is a bullish And I'm betting right now it's a bearish market. But this is a bullish move in a bear this is a bull move in a bear market to do this. So it's kind of going against the norm, against the trend right now. But it's going to rally. I don't know if this is making sense to you or not, but that's what I got, Trista. Have you seen something like that, or am I predicting something for you? You'll have to let me know. But either I'm predicting something or you've already seen this. And I'm going to tell you what else I feel about this particular. I don't know. I don't know if you know about it yet or not. Possibly not. But I'm going to tell you, when you see it, you're going to love the idea, but then something's going to make you nervous about it, and you're going to be, man, that's risky. And I think when you first look at this, you're going to walk away from it. And then you're going to keep thinking about it. It's going to linger in your mind, and you're going to keep revisiting in your mind. And I think you're going to decide that you want to go back and revisit it. That's what I got. I think you'll have the inclination to walk away from it, but something won't let you. This is crazy. I hope that helps you, Trist. You'll have to let me know, Trista. You have seen something. What? God, I love tarot. So, do you know the investment I'm talking about already? That's crazy. You're welcome. You are welcome. I hope that was helpful. That's crazy. I love reading investments. That is such a fun thing to read. It's scary, I ain't gonna lie, but I love doing it. I love doing it. It's fun. Okay. Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. Now you have to keep me posted, Trista. That's crazy. I did walk away because it was too risky for my taste. But the thought never went away. Oh my God, that is so crazy. I literally got, okay, so you got to know which one I'm talking about then. That's pretty specific what I got. It's funny because we've got all this Aries energy going on. And it's like, make the move, man. Take the leap. That's insane. Typically a very conservative investor, but something has been telling me to put my fishing rod out there and take an educated. Wow. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for letting me read this for you, Trista. It was so much fun. That was fun. That was a fun reading. And let me tell you, Trista, here's what's funny. Like, I understand the concepts of bull market and bear market and stuff. I've got a financial background, but like, I never get that stuff when I read. I'll get stuff about risk and return and stuff like that, But like I literally heard it's a bullish move in a bear market and she needs to make a bullish move, which would be more risky, I believe, right? It's a little bit more put yourself out there. So yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Trista. I appreciate you as always. It was fun to read. It was fun to read. And this, my friends, is why I love my job. This, my friends, is why I have the most fun job ever. Thanks, love. Appreciate you. Oh, you know what? Did I put you on the list? I never did put you on the list. I will, because you were after Marcia. I got to do that anyway, because when I timestamp, I've got you on my paper list. I just didn't put you on the screen, but I know you knew I was going to read for you. You know. So. Anyway. Good deal. Good deal. Oh, you have, CJ? Green Eye Devil, you are a mess. Green Eye Devil, you know, when I finish this live stream, I really need to do some readings, but I really want to call you and just, I don't really have anything to talk about per se. I just want to call you and catch up because I need my Green Eye Devil fixed. I really don't have any, and I don't have any major tea. Hey, Karen Palermo, happy Friday to you, love bug. I don't have any tea today, Green Eye Devil. You know, the last time we talked a couple days ago, I had so much tea I shared with you. I mean, I shared what little bit of tea I had, I've already shared on text. You know, the thing with, school and stuff. I'm not going to school, but yeah, she knows. Today's a good day for that. I'm a mess, obviously. Phoenix! What's up, beautiful? Thank you for popping in. Always good to see your face. Happy Friday, everybody. What y'all doing tonight? What's everybody doing? What's everybody doing? Did y'all see my pictures of my new cats? I have 2 cats now. That's some of my tea that I can share. I have 2 cats. I don't know if y'all saw them, but I put their picture on my community post the other day. Sage and Spirit are their names. They are brothers. And Sage is a gray tabby, and Spirit is white with gray tabby markings on him. And they're sweet. And movies, some puff puff and some crocheting. What movie you watching? You know, they're funny. Poor Green Eye Devil. She gets so tired because I'm always sending her pictures of my cats and Baxter. She's such a good friend. I send her all these pictures, random pictures of the cats doing this or that or the other. And she's just so sweet. She's like, oh, they're so cute. And I know she's sick of those pictures. Grocery shopping, just got back. Oh my gosh, on a Friday night too. You were fighting the crowds, I bet. Uh, but y'all, that's a true guy. That's really a good friend. That I bet I've sent her 30 pictures of those damn cats. And I'm always sending her pictures of Baxter because he's always doing goofy stuff. And she's just so sweet. She's like, yeah, poor thing. I have become a cat lady. An old Sally Field movie on Tubi. Okay. Wow, when you said movie, Phoenix, why is it that I started craving popcorn? Like I was like, I have to have some popcorn. You did know I was going to come home with 2 cats. And you know something? I'm glad I did because they're brothers and they're very bonded. They're even more bonded than I realized. And it took me 3 or 4 days to realize just how bonded they were to each other. And I think Spirit would be okay without Sage, but Sage would be a wreck without Spirit. Sage is so, if Spirit go, if they could fall asleep and Spirit wakes up and goes in the other room, and then Sage wakes up later and he doesn't see Spirit, he just starts calling him meow meow, and he's like, "Where's he at?" They're very bonded. So I'm glad I got them both. They didn't have that stipulated. The rescue didn't stipulate that with those cats, but I think they should have. But yeah, they were really, really bonded. They don't seem like they're that close or bonded, but they really are. Yes, it would have been easy to break them up and not realize it. Absolutely. Hey, BMF Hocus Pocus, let's go. Where are we going? Where are we going, BMF Hocus Pocus? I got to know where we're going. I can't just go. Uh, but they are. I don't know if you know it. If I told you this, Green Eye Devil, but you know that little cat tower that I got for them. They are hanging out on that. They like that. Spirit gets on the top level, and the level under that, Sage gets on it, and they sleep on it sometimes, or they'll sit up there and look out the window because I've got it beside the window, and so they love that. My little man is passed out. My little Baxter man is passed out. He's snoring. But I'm craving popcorn. Yeah, they like the little cat tower. Phoenix says, I'm down. I want you to adopt me as a pet because that is the life. I know. My animals really do have the life, don't they? They don't have a care in the world. Do they have a background story? Not really. They were actually, their mom was pregnant when they got her, and so they were born through so they have kind of had a charmed life in that they've not been in a bad situation. They are Virgos. um I can tell you that they are Virgos. They're very different though. So I think I'm betting that they have the same birthday, but I'm betting that one of them is a different rising than the other because Spirit is like a lot more laid back and more lovey-dovey. Sage is more feisty. They're still both sweet. They're both purr babies. They purr all the time. You did something really good in your past life if you become an adoptive pet of Karen's. That's funny. That's true. Oh my God, I'm crazy over my animals. But yeah, I think I wrote it down. I think their birthday is August 26th. But they're both Virgos. So that would be a first decan Virgo, I believe. Yes, yes. Because that's in the early part of Virgo season. And they are smart. They are smart. And they're hilarious. And Green Eye Devil, my yard guy came today, and I had to sit and hold Baxter. He just shakes the whole time that they're out there mowing the yard. He hates it. He just shakes. And of course, I can't. I can't. It's just, yeah. Yeah, they are. They're cute. They are cute. I love them. Um, Baxter's gotten to the place where he is now officially jealous. Yeah, oh yeah, they've all warmed up to each other. Now, it's really funny. You had said, "Is Baxter warmed up to him?" Yes and no. Um, they like Baxter and he likes them. Yeah, and um What they don't like, he wants to play with them. And he'll do the dog play, and they're like, I don't like that. And it makes them skittish. But when he goes to bed, Spirit, the one that's got white on him, he lays out, he'll snuggle up next to Baxter. Okay. But now he'll pop at Baxter if Baxter gets to moving around, playing during, not on the bed, but I mean, like if they're just walking around the house and Baxter starts trying to play with him, he'll pop at him like, look, dude. Now, Sage is more skittish of Baxter. He was really mean to Baxter, but he's gotten a lot better. And now uh Sage and Baxter kind of pass and repass. Sage will sometimes get on the bed with Baxter if Spirit's up there first, but he's going to sleep on the other side. Whatever side of me Baxter's on, Sage is going to be on the other side. Now, Spirit will go ahead and snuggle right up to Baxter. Now, he didn't at first, but he does now. They're pretty good with each other. Spirit just neither one of them like it whenever Baxter starts romping, and he don't, that makes them nervous because he's big. And he's not trying to hurt them, but they don't get that. So they'll get it all worked out. But they're doing good though. I want to come back as Auntie's furry pet. Definitely a cat, right? There you go. Hey, Marsh. I did read for you, love. If you rewind about 36 minutes from right now, go back a minus 36, you'll find it. But I did timestamp it for you, Marcia, and you can definitely catch it afterwards. I've kind of finished with the readings, and I'm just sitting here chit-chatting. I'm gonna quit probably in a minute, and when I do, Marcia, I'll put the timestamps up then. You can chit-chat with us, or you can rewind, either one. Yeah, I did too. At first, I thought Spirit was Sage's follower, but it's definitely the other way around. Wherever Sage goes, oh, you're welcome. Wherever Sage goes, wherever Spirit goes, Sage follows. And Sage is not going to go unless Spirit goes first. Sage is not going. Now, I say Sage won't get in the bed without Spirit, but he will. If Baxter's not up there, Sage will get up there. But if Baxter's up there, Sage is not going to get up there without Spirit getting up there first. It's like, you go first, dude. And Spirit's just a little love bunny. He'll get up all over me, and I'll be sitting there trying to work on my laptop on the couch, and I can't because he's just, walking on my chest and stuff. But he's sweet. He doesn't do it all the time, though. He'll just get in those moods where he wants me to love on him. But he's not annoying. He's not what I would call a clingy cat. He'll just do it, once a day for like 10 minutes, and then he's gone, which is actually perfect for me because any more than that, I want him to be sweet, but any more than that, I would be annoyed. So he's a pretty good fit for me. Just enough lovey-dovey to satisfy my Venus in Cancer, but not too much to overwhelm my Gemini rising and Capricorn moon and Gemini sun. But Baxter does get jealous when I pet him. He absolutely gets jealous. He's funny. You're all right. You gonna make it. You gonna make it through this time. You got a clinger cat? Oh wow. I have seen those before. I do pretty well with gray tabbies. I do. I don't know why. I've always had good luck with gray tabbies. I had a black cat one time that drove me nuts. He was so clingy I couldn't even walk. I was like, "You got to go." And so I found him a home, a good home, but a home. Oh, okay. I'm liberated on the rules on it. Yeah, yeah. That is so crazy, isn't it? Green eyed devil. Um, but the cats want to come in here when I read, but I won't let them because I don't want them and Baxter to be going round and round. It would be too much. They'd be, you know, agitating one another, and I'm not going to do that. Oh, wow. Pretty great tabby. I have a tuxedo and my tabby Simon. Oh, how sweet. Is yours a gray tabby? Your tabby? I love the tuxedos. They're so pretty. Those tuxedo cats are beautiful. I love those. They're beautiful. But gray tux tabby. How cute. I bet he's beautiful. So Phoenix, did you see my pictures of my cats on my community page? I'll see if I can get them to where you can see them on my phone without it glaring too much. This is my favorite picture of Spirit. I don't think it's I don't think it's maybe if I wonder if I could like that's not what I meant to do. Darn it. Here we go. Oh, I wonder. You know what? They've grown since I had them. They're bigger. Yeah. Well, there's one on my community page. I know one way I could do it. It'll take a second, but I can do it. Hang on. I can email it and then da 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 and da da da. I know y'all don't know what that means, but hang on. I got to email it to myself, and then I can get it on the All right. This is Spirit. Let me find it. Come on. There we go. All right. Let me download. All right, and then let me go here. Oh, a Spirit list. There it is. Okay, can y'all see him? Let me know if y'all can see Spirit. That is Spirit, and then I'll find a picture of Sagey Wagey while y'all are looking at Spirit. Where's that picture of Sagey Wagey? He's not as photogenic. You see him? All right, here. No, that's not a good one of Sage. There's that one of him by the window. There's a good picture of him by the window. There he is. All right. All right, let me go download that one. And then I'll get that. And I'll show you Sage. Here we go. All right. All right, let me find the one of sage. There we go. Let's see if this comes up. All right. Can y'all see that one? Did y'all see sagey wagey? They eat coconut oil? Okay, I did not know that. That is interesting. But anyway, that's sagey wagey. That's my two new fur babies. I call them purr babies because that is actually exactly what they are. They are purr babies. Anyway, I haven't. I know I like that picture. They both like sitting in that window. They both like sitting in that window a lot. Oh, really? You know, it probably helps with a lot of things. Not to be TMI, but it probably helps with other issues too. You have nothing but nephews. That is correct, Green Eye Devil. And what's crazy is your nephews, you have three nephews, and none of them have nuts. They're all nutless. They have no nuts because we have no nuts here at the cottage except for my nuts. I'm the only one around here that gets to have balls. Anyway. All right. Well, I think let me go ahead and I need to fix my quantities here where I know, right? Why is that not coming up? There we go. May not have balls, but they're, I know, right? Yeah, menopausal male cats is right. You got that right, Phoenix. You got that right. All right, there we go. There we go. Oh, really? That's right. She has I forgot about that. She has boys. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, here we go. Lord. I'm trying to shut everything down so I can just, vibe for a minute. There we go. Oh, one more thing. Yay. Okay. We're good. Anyway. Yeah, I just always like to do that before I end my live stream so nobody can, I don't want anybody to pay me and then me not know it and then shut the live stream down. And then, you know what I'm saying, right? Thank you, Phoenix. I had to show my babies to y'all, though. Green Eye Devil gets tired of looking at the pictures, so I needed somebody else to ooh and ah over them. I know. Where is Robert? Uh, he may be busy. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows for sure? But anyway, now I'm gonna call it a night and get off of here. It's 8:45. Wow, it's early, but I went live early, so yay for that. Um, all right, I'll see y'all later. I may call you Green Eye Devil if you're not busy. If you're not busy, I love y'all and thanks everybody. I'll get timestamps up here in just a minute. All right, I love y'all, and I will see you next time. Bye, y'all.